Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I'm Holly, and today I'm sharing a recipe I found on Pinterest, as usual. And this one is a Cajun Alfredo recipe, and it turned out really good. But you'll need 4 chicken breasts, and depending on if they're frozen or the size of them will depend on how long you need to cook them for in the crock pot. But you will need 1 green bell pepper chopped and 1 red bell pepper chopped, 3 green onions, and you want to chop those up as well, 4 tablespoons of butter, and for your seasonings you will need a half a teaspoon of dried basil, a half a teaspoon of lemon pepper seasoning, a half a teaspoon of salt, a fourth of a teaspoon of garlic powder, and a fourth of a teaspoon of black pepper. And you will need 4 teaspoons of Cajun seasoning, and I'm using the Tony Chachere's no salt one because the reviews were saying it was salty, so I just decided to go with the no salt for this, and it turned out fine. And if you need to add salt, you can add some once it's done on your own plate. But 2 cups of heavy cream, and you will also need 8 ounces of penne pasta. And I seasoned the chicken on both sides, first with the Cajun seasoning, so you will do that to begin with. Now I do add the heavy cream next, and I'm pouring it on the sides, but it's going to go over the chicken anyway, but I didn't want to pour it right over it so that way the seasoning didn't get completely washed off. Then I add the bell pepper to it, and I just kind of mix it up just so that way it's all combined together, and you have both the red and the green mixed in, and just pour it over your chicken. Then I added the rest of the seasoning to it, and of course I just mix it up and then just sprinkle it on top. And then I added the green onions. And once I've added it, I like to take a spoon and just kind of press down on it a little bit, just to make sure it gets into the mixture and it doesn't dry out as it's cooking. You will not put the penne pasta in at the beginning, you will put it in at the end, because you do not want to overcook that. But add your 4 tablespoons of the butter, and then once you have that in there, then cover this. And I cooked it for 2.5 hours, even though my chicken was not frozen, and I felt it turned out okay, so you'll have to make a judgment on that. And I cooked it on high. After 2.5 hours, once it's done, I take the chicken out and then just cut it into cubes, and then we're going to put it back into the sauce. But you want to make sure that your chicken is cooked completely through. And this is when I will add the penne pasta in, and you only add 8 ounces, so it was about half the bag or so. You'll have to judge it as you put it in, but basically about 8 ounces. And I just put it in, stir it up, and I put it back on high for a half an hour, but you do not want to cook it that long. You will just I just had it on just so that way it would cook. And you don't want to have it on warm, you want it to have it cooking. But cover it back up, and you will check it and make sure you don't overcook the pasta. But this is what it looks like when it's done. So that sauce does get soaked up. I mean, it does cook this pasta, so you do need that sauce. And I think it turned out great. We really enjoyed it. It wasn't too spicy. It had a little bit of a spice, but not overly hot or anything like that. And it really was an enjoyable meal. I will definitely make this one again. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're interested in seeing more videos like it, please click the subscribe button and the notification bell, and that will notify you when I post new videos. I hope that everyone has a blessed day and a great week ahead. God bless y'all.